Be strong.
It's time for live racing action with the Short Track Super League ARCA Series, presented by Butt Kicker and Jazabowski Designs. Now, let's join Chris from Captain TV, live from Martinsville Speedway.
It is a paperclip that has been on NASCAR schedules for over 70 years, and tonight it is the host of week number 5 of the Short Track Super League ARCA Series, the Throwback Series. And it is the Martinsville Speedway, home of what some say the best hot dogs in the world. And they only cost you $2 each time you go to Martinsville. That is where we are this evening, Martinsville, Virginia, in the Commonwealth. We welcome you into week number 5 of the Throwback ARCA Series, presented by Butt Kicker and, of course, Jazabowski Designs. And I am the captain, Chris Scala. We welcome you in. And tonight, I have the honor and privilege to surprise everybody. No one knows that he's here, as far as I know, unless he told somebody, which is totally cool. But no one knows that he is here tonight, and he is joining us from a location that is all his business, and he doesn't have to tell anybody. But he's here with us tonight, and that's all that matters, because he has been putting up on another fight of his own. While the other cars out here fighting on the track, he's taking care of his own little fight and winning that battle right now. And I'm talking about Pete Polini, who joins us. Pete, you got a copy, my friend? I think he's here somewhere. Let me make sure he didn't, like... Oh, Pete's in another chat. Never mind. Let's get Pete back in here. Sorry, Pete. I didn't realize you were moved out. But
hey,
there's Pete. Hello. Welcome in, man. I was just introducing you as you've been putting up with a battle of your own, man. And, you know, just like Martinsville tonight, these guys are going to be battling. Let's check the main thing right now. How are you doing as you have the battle of your own that you're fighting?
I'm doing pretty good, but I appreciate you having me here tonight. This is going to be fun. But I've been hanging in there pretty good. Down 25 pounds, so a little bit down, but eating food is a little rough. But at the end of the tunnel here, 2 weeks left radiation, and then every third week chemo until August, and they're saying that hopefully is the end of it.
Yeah, and obviously energy-wise, you sound pretty energetic, but I know you're probably your ups and downs and things like that. And man, we invite you here to join us tonight. I'm not going to put too much pressure on you. If you see something, want to talk about it or whatever, and you want to share, feel free to come on in and join us. But talk about Martinsville and previous experiences about this track that you've had.
Oh, it's a fun place. It takes a little time to figure it out for sure. The paperclip is always entertaining. Usually can make for some good racing. I'm hoping we do see a little bit of a second groove come in here a little bit later in the race. Once they wear it in, we get a little bit of a good race in here. But I got a feeling we're going to see some excitement. Probably a couple of cautions along the way, but could be fun. Like I said, this is a good track, old-fashioned short track racing.
And of course, as of a couple of years ago, lights were added to the track, and now we got the lights here on iRacing, which really puts that added factor to it tonight. And we get to see the ARCA cars out here tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun with, looks like Fontaine right now on a pole with a 2015. Mario Urcoloni just jumped up there to a P2. His owner's going to be pretty happy. But I won't mention names. Now, needless to say, Justin Laxton, Jason Dalton, Russell Pete's up there in the top 5. But man, it's so good to have you here with us tonight, and we're looking forward to the fans. If fans, you got anything you want to say? He can see chat and stuff, I believe. He's watching on the stream. I'm sharing the screen with him here. If you want to talk to him, feel free to do so. But Pete, we got about a minute or so from this, and obviously you've not had your chance to race here for a while, so I must assume that you're kind of missing getting out here on the sim.
It hasn't been too bad. I've been able to get a few races in when I've been home on weekends, so it hasn't been too bad, but not nearly as much as you want, obviously. But yeah, like I said, I'm really looking forward to watching these guys run. The ARCA cars are a fun car to drive. They can be a little challenging at times, so like I said, they're going to have to get up on the wheel and give her today if they want to make it up front.
And these cars are a lot different than those modifieds and those super late models and stuff like that we've raced the last couple of seasons. I mean, these cars lack the downforce. I mean, the front end is, what, a couple inches off the ground. There's barely any kind of spoiler, and it's hidden behind a window. So these cars are so much different to drive than like these other modifieds and super late models and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. The best way I can kind of describe it, it's almost like when you're driving these cars, the front end is on a teeter-totter. It just feels that way. It's not quite as planted as you get, obviously, with the modified or the super late. So like I said, it is a little bit of a challenge to drive, saving the right front and saving the right rear. These guys are going to have to be smooth, or they're going to burn their stuff up early. So, it's going to be a driver's race, I think.
Yeah, and the question comes down to what is the easier one to kill, the rear or the front? Because, I mean, you're going into the corner. Your car doesn't really get loose on entry, but it's more the loose on exit you have to worry about all the time.
Yeah, exactly. The throttle control is going to be key, and then not oversteering going into the corners, too, and not overdriving it. So it's going to take on both ends on entrance and exit to be able to run the full length, I think, without burning up.
Of course, I do want to mention that the cameras are in work tonight, thanks to our good friends at TrackCams22.com. Make sure you check out Gourmet Cams. Tracks for Cams. I can't even get the title right, but I apologize to them. But TrackCams22.com is their website if you're looking for oval setups and road, dirt, and so much more. You got VR fan setups and so much more. Check out Track Cams for Gourmets at TrackCams22.com. They, of course, are cameras that they provide to us, gives us all different types of real life look. Like right here, you see the real cameras that you see at a Martinsville race, and so many different features. Of course, the dynamic cams. We've got our new turn it up cam. As I mentioned, the fan cam a second ago, what it's like to sit at the front row on the front straightaway. That might not be the smartest seat in the world to be at in Martinsville. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta say, they look great too. They're awesome. This is my first time checking out since you've been there, and it's killer, dude. I like it.
All different types of cameras. The drone cam, as I like to call this. I mean, it's like you're sitting out on a drone high flying in the air, almost like a low level blimp.
Yeah, now we just need a controller for you so you can fly
I
around
wish.
the cars.
That'd be so awesome.
That'd be
that
cool.
guy's spinning. And that guy's spinning.
I think we're going to see a little bit of that tonight, especially early on. Like I said, hopefully these guys are prepared and are able to take care of it. But early on, these cars can be definitely a handful until them tires warm up.
Yeah, let's take a look at the weather, because that also is going to play a role here. Track actually really good temps, 70 degrees ambient, 73 down on the track itself, so it's not going to be too slick. Sun's gone, so it's nighttime. So if you're going to have the most grip, it's going to be right now. The thing about it, though, is these corners, I mean, you're carrying so much speed out, it's so easy to get what they call tight loose to you're turning the wheel so much that the rear end the front end grips finally, and the rear end just spins around.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you don't get it load up enough to the middle of the corner, you'll get that push in the middle, and it'll make that car want to snap when you get back on it. So, like I said, entrance is going to be just as important as exit.
And you don't want to stomp on it because you lift the front end off the ground, and then you get no air to the front. So it's a game and a race at the same time. But
like I said, it's a driver's car and a driver's track, for sure.
Yeah, if you don't, the people who don't like Martinsville are the ones that don't run well here. I actually won my first ever league race here at Martinsville. So,
nice.
Not to mention I was third coming off turn 4.
Well, you'll have that, Yeah, this is going to definitely be a fun place. Like I said, it's a challenge. It takes a few laps to get it, but once you get it, it's definitely a fun place to run.
And you do not want to do what that guy just did. Don't do that. Curb stomp, as I like to call that.
Oh, that'll get you every single time. Not only if it doesn't spin you, it'll pop that tire up into the fender and damage the car. I've seen it, so you definitely don't want to get on that curb.
Never had that happen, but it sounds like I don't want it either.
Well, apparently you haven't hit it hard enough yet. Try harder.
Nah, I'm going to go ahead and pass on that one. Sounds like not a good idea. But, yeah, and in pit road, too, also very tricky here because it's very easy to speed on pit road because speed limit on pit road is only like 35 mile an hour. You're going, 3/4, if not 9/10 of the track, you're on pit road that whole entire time. So it can be tricky to get that right. Not to mention the elevation changes on pit road. But there's some tricks, too, that you can do on there.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think a lot of people realize that when you're just watching how different it is when you're driving on pit road. This place can be tough, especially if you're coming into green. You better be. Hope you don't have to do that, but if you do, you better be on it.
Yeah, you got to brake a lot earlier than you think.
Mm-hmm. That's no joke. Already piling them up. This is entertaining.
Why? Because it's not your car?
Exactly.
That's awesome. Well, that's the voice of Pete Polini joining us tonight. He's going to be here with me this evening. As if you're just new to watching us or whatever, Pete has been unfortunately battling cancer, and he's doing an awesome job. And he's here tonight, and he's one that runs in this league. As a matter of fact, very, as you hear my audio in my phone, very famous for going out here at a race a couple weeks ago. After stepping away for a couple weeks, he's like, hey, I got a break this weekend. Let me go race with the guys. Goes into a race. I forget what track it is all of a sudden off the top of my head. But was it Bristol? Leads every lap and whoops his field's tails. And I'm like, dude, you guys just got whooped.
To be fair, Bristol is one of my favorite places to live. I was the track record holder in the Super Late Model there for a long time until they popped me with the new tire model. Somebody finally beat it.
I believe that.
Yeah, fun place.
I believe that. So let's look at the starting lineup for the race here. Sam Fontaine, the Canadian driver, going to start on the pole with a very fast time. Actually doing something.
Real good time.
Yeah, real good time there. Oh, they don't have a grid camera here. Never mind. Alongside him, going to be Coy Haslow there in the 87. Mario Orcoloni, Justin Laxton there on row number 2. Jason Dalton, Russell Peets will be on row number 3. Michael Benedetto, Joey Ladisor in row number 4. Brian Sutphin, a hometown driver here, is going to put a little pressure on himself. He's been fast. That whole team has been fast. Him and, where is he at? Jason Dalton, their teammates there. Mike Braun and Curran Beckler, row number 6. Row number 7, as we continue to look through the field, Thomas Parker and Michael Steffen. Row 8, Luke Daniels and Daniel Hall. Row number 9, Mike Duryea and Matthew Telder. Andy Moore, another Virginia-born driver, and Kevin Anderson. Row 21, Nick Jezebowski, Mike Johannes. Row number 12, Richard Benedetto and Jeff Carlson. Row 13, Ken Zames, David Burns. Jason Coe, Mark Herzog, the opening season winner at Iowa, starting down in 27th. Michael Murray, he's not a part of the series, but snuck in, and, well, I'll need to say where he ended up happening to him. He gone.
You gone.
No, big field, and that's where it also is going to get trickier, because when you're in the back here in Martinsville, I mean, you see the field is coming over here into turn 3 right now. Mark Herzog just crossed the start-finish line. So, and granted, they're going to catch up a little bit, but you are almost a half a lap to 3/4 of a lap behind by the time you start this race.
Yeah, especially with the way the start is here. I know the first one will be on green here, but yeah, even if you're starting on green, the guys are still coming out of, getting into turn 4 at the back of the pack, so they're going to have to be careful on the start here, I think, just to not wad them up early.
Now, have you driven an ARCA car on this track?
I have. It's like I said, it's a challenge. Yeah, it's different.
Well, I was going to say, is it the same as like a Cup car or Xfinity, your third gear, or are you second gear here in that car?
If I remember right, I think the gear we ran a 3-gear setup when we ran it here, so we were always starting in first gear.
Wow.
But usually I think second, but like I said, we were running a 3-gear setup, so
right.
It was, yeah. So I guess the same thing, 3 gear, second, third, fourth is pretty much the same thing, right?
Yeah. Well, you just got to be careful, because, I mean, most of these guys are going to be in the middle. Turn 3 and 4 as the green flag comes out here as Coy Haslow and Sam Fontaine lead them to the green flag here in Martinsville. And we're green. Down to turn 1. The bottom is your friend. Oh, one car spinning already. Turn 1 and 2. Sorry, Pete. Pile up.
Lots of cars involved there.
Mike Hasty.
He stopped in time.
Yeah. Mike Casey, Ladisor, Steffen, Kurt Beckler, Telder. Caution out for the first time, and we didn't even make it a turn.
Nope. Looks like everybody got going again, though. Hopefully not too much damage on these cars, and they're able to continue on. But, yeah, early on, a little bit of a mess.
Yeah, I looked up. I saw one car spinning. I got to find who it was, though. Might have been Ladisor. Let's see. Look here from up above. You wonder if Joey maybe drove it too deep here. Let's see. Nope, he's good there. Oh, he gets tagged a little bit by Hasty in the 24 there. Oh, and one car spins up ahead. Pete's does.
Oh.
That McDonald's car, that was a hell of a way of sliding through.
That was good driving there, man. Yeah, a little bit aggressive early on, I think. There was almost 3 wide there, and he just kind of got into the back of him a little bit. These cars can be a little hard to slow down too at times, depending on you got your brake biases set. You get on the brake a little too hard, you might be spinning it around if you got it too much to the rear.
Yeah, flatter tracks
yeah,
too.
Yeah, for sure. But a little bit of a tough break there. Just got tagged. I'm not sure which car it was offhand, but yeah, he just got tagged a little bit and went around.
Well, a lot slower than I wanted him to go. Never mind. So caution out for the first time. Let's see if I can do this again. I was wanting to slow it down a little bit so people could see it, but they were going really slow. It was like, not that slow, people. This is half speed under caution, so hopefully they'll go green here, and here they going. Come on.
Yeah, we know it isn't far from here that it happens. So.
So you're going to see the 23 is going to get tapped in the right rear by the 24 as they dive into turn 1 here. Hasty just drives it in there deep, and I wonder if he slid the tires a little bit there, maybe a wheel hop.
Very possible. Like I said, early on especially, you can overdrive it real easy. And then the excitement of the start of the race and all that good stuff too, you know?
Right. So, we'll have to see how this all transpires, but you know what? What cars, here's another question to look at here. I think we have some cars that did not get across the start-finish line before the green flag, so because of that, they are all on the tail end of the lead lap. This is that whole I haven't crossed the green flag, caution's out glitch that iRacing unfortunately hasn't gotten taken care of, but they'll all get back on the lead lap, but they're going to lose a little bit of track position here.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that that hasn't been taken care of yet. But hey, long way to go yet. 150 laps here. These guys still got plenty of time. Patience is going to be kind of a key, especially if you're further back. You can't really force it. You just got to take what you can get, you know.
Absolutely. 15 viewers so far tonight. Appreciate everybody watching. If want to shout out or something, as always, you could say hello on there. I see, was it Sanks? I think that's how that's pronounced, in Black Sheep. Appreciate you guys watching. If you got anything you want to ask Pete or any kind of questions like that, feel free to put something up there. But either say should
we'll
get
have to fill me in if they do.
Yes. I got your back.
Yeah.
I have your back.
Yeah, dude, this is awesome. I appreciate you hanging out with me tonight.
Oh, anytime, man. I
mean,
mean, it's so cool to see what the iRacing community has done. I mean, I know a few weeks ago there was was it a cup car? I think you guys ran at Talladega. A whole group of people from a league put a race together for you, and those kind of things. I think that was so cool to see, and just all the pouring out support. It's like that song says, you find out who your friends are and stuff. You find out who your supporters are, which is all of us, you know.
Absolutely. I do want to get into it, but let's go racing first, and then we'll talk a little bit about that.
Absolutely. As Fontaine leads them back to the green flag here, lap number 7. Let's see if they can sort it out down into turn. Up the track goes Laxton. Up the track goes the 25 of Benedetto. So far, so good.
Side-by-side racing's good too. I do think that second groove is going to get better as we go too. I think we might have a chance at seeing some outside passes here.
That would be awesome, because that's one thing that at years Martinsville has, but then at times we got caution back out again. I see the 54 down here at the bottom on the front straightaway spun around. Jason Coe brings out caution number 2.
Take a look at what happened to him there.
My guess is he spun.
Doesn't look like he has any damage, but it's hard to tell without seeing it. Down the back straightaway, he's minding his own business. Well, he's kind of just riding here, so, I mean, he was off the throttle halfway down the back straightaway, goes into turn 3 and 4. Oh, look at the back ends coming around. Yeah, he just overdid it just a little bit. That might be just the rubber down on the track and the tire's not up to temp, and it just comes on around. Yeah, that was definitely cold tires, I think. It just, the car doesn't grip. You get in there, you know, like that, and it just starts to slide. And sometimes with this tire model, too, once it starts to go, it's not easy to catch. It's almost like it's, 1 and 0. 1 is grip, 0 is none. And once you hit 0, it's, you're chasing it. Yeah, there's no half. No half here.
See, here's a good one, Pete. Black Sheep here is said new to iRacing, graduated from rookie to Class D today. Congratulations on that. You survived the street stocks. Can't wait till I'm good enough to run a league like this. Who says you're not good enough now?
Absolutely, this league is a great league. There's a wide range of people in here too, and there's definitely more in this league than just this series too. So if you're interested, definitely check out Short Track Super League. There's a lot of great people, a lot of good racing here.
Yeah, Michael Steffen runs
and
it.
Getting back to that.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I was just going to say, talking about how great of a league and group this is, how much they supported me when getting back to what we were talking about before. I mean, everybody had stickers on the car. Everybody wants to know how you're doing. I mean, it's just really awesome to see, and you really do make real friends doing this. Like you said, you're competitive, but you still, have that group, and you're all part of a family in a way. So it's really cool to be involved with leagues like this.
And
I definitely got to give a shout out. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna. I'm just trying to. I'm letting you have your time, man. I feel bad. I'm stepping over you all the time here.
I don't want to talk over you too much. I'm the new guy, but I do want to give a shout out to the CGE boys, man. All the work they did. Jeffrey Wallace for doing that race. Them guys, they've done so much to help, financially when I'm not able to work and all that. And not just them, but I mean a lot of people across iRacing. When he set up shop has been really helpful. Even my old team at Ryko was able to donate some money. I mean, there's, it's just a great community. So if you're thinking of getting involved, absolutely do it.
Yeah, no, there's so many great communities, including this one here, Short Track Super League. I mean, Michael, Steffen, these guys, they like to have a good old time. And especially if you're a fan of short track racing, this is where you want to be. I mean, you see they got dirt stuff they do Monday nights and just so much more. It's just a good group of guys, and Mike and I met just through messaging with each other, and we worked out a deal and stuff, and he all of a sudden started making graphics for me. I'm like, who's this guy? So I started calling his races, and here we are, I mean.
I can't say enough good things about those guys over there, Moneymaker, too. They're great people as well. And every one of them cares and wants to know about how everybody's doing. But anyway, we're going back green. Let's get back after it.
Yeah, let's do it. Fontaine's led every lap so far of the 13, back to the green on the pedal. That Coy Haslow there, that Roush Performance car. And you see already Dalton trying to get to that bottom. Slides up the track with his teammate Justin Laxton going to try to fill the gap. And let's not go 3 wide, please. Not yet. No. Not yet. Well, you guys can. I'm not. Hey, there's your number back there, the 51 of Chalmers Parker.
It's a good number. Let's see if we can move it up the field here.
Up there in the
right
7th spot, running the high line there outside of Benedetto. Got Oh, spinning. Laxton has gone around. I think that is.
Boy.
That's another pile up.
Well, I kind of expected this, to be honest with you, early on. But hopefully, usually with these races, you might get a rash of cautions early, and then we'll get a long run in the middle here. So hopefully it works out that way.
And that's kind of how it's been a little bit with the league and stuff. But, they have still put on some great shows when it's all over with here. But, yep, they're caution out of the way. You got to get the bumps and bruises out. Let's see what happens left. Oh, yeah. It's not easy, especially in this kind of car if you're used to driving a car with downforce.
Exactly.
Goes down in the corner. Back end swaps.
Yeah, same thing that happened the last time. He just ended up.
Oh, Benedetto up and over. Yeah!
Yeah, Dukes of Hazzard theme playing there. You got some air on that one. That was
pretty impressive. iRacing might want to look at that.
Go drive away.
We have to go aboard with Benedetto for this one. That was impressive.
I think we have to. I didn't know you could do that.
That was new. I know in an E car you can. I know about a stock car.
Right?
That's
usually once you get on the roof, you're stopped.
Yeah. Almost high-sided or something like that. Here we go.
Yeah, right.
Oh, this is Lax. Let's go back to Mikey here. Here we go.
See it coming. There's nothing you can do.
No. Because if you lock up the brakes, you're either spinning or you're getting ran over yourself when it's all over with.
Yeah, there's no, unless you can get around it. That's one thing I learned very early on in my actual racing career is never, ever, ever stop on the track.
No. Don't want to do that.
No, not at all. had that happen to me. I think it was my second or third race ever in the street stock, and I was running third, and the 2 cars ahead of me spun like they were nose to nose, like across the track.
Wow.
And I didn't have anywhere to go except through the dirt, so I, stopped. The guy behind me didn't. And,
Wow.
yeah, he basically made my trunk even with my back window. He hit it hard. It was not fun. But in a way, it worked out because we re-stubbed the rear end, and the car went a second faster after that.
Hey, make the car smaller, a little less drag.
Yeah, well, we re-stubbed it, put the weight where we wanted, and got it to really go after that. So in the end, it was not a bad thing.
Oh, good stuff here. So third caution, lap number 20, still 130 laps to go. Behind the, this pace car, I don't know if you've seen this yet or not, Pete, but the car itself doesn't have a name.
No,
so
it's like it's a mix of a bunch of different cars. It's almost like it's got like a Subaru front end and a Toyota midsection and then like Chevy taillights.
Right.
Like a hybrid.
So I call it the iRacing Ghost 4X.
Ah, I like it.
I mean, you got to single file restarts here.
Here we go. Hopefully we get a few laps in.
Well, they do
Check the
still do the
lights are
EOLs. I believe second crash, you're out. So some of these guys got to be very, very careful here this evening.
Let's see if Haslo's got anything for Fontaine here. True story. I used to race against Coy's dad back in the day in the super lates too. Funny.
Oh, wow. Okay. Fontaine's on the pedal. Here we go. Haslo, Ercoloni, Dalton, Sutphin, your top 5. Thomas Parker in that 51. Daniel Hall. Caution's back out. That didn't work.
Oh boy, not at all. Well, part of what happens with the single file here too, now you're even further behind on the restart.
Right.
So we're getting 2 corners again. So it's kind of a double-edged sword at Martinsville.
Looks like maybe Mike Johannes was that car involved. See if we can
Find out in a second here. Yeah, it must be. I think he jumped out.
Let's scroll down here. Yeah, it says Johannes here on my replay thing, so let's check it out. Mike in the Portland Cider car. Oh, he spun turn 4 before he can get into the green. Wow.
Good job on bringing the car around to avoid hitting him there. I wonder why he jumped out.
Well, they were coming to the restart there, and that is a very odd-looking pit crew. I think he just goosed it too much, maybe in a higher gear or something, and it just spun right around.
Yeah, like I said, he did a good job staying on the throttle to avoid the car behind him, and then he went to the pits. Like I said, I thought he was going to turn around and keep going, but here we are.
Yes, 4th caution. Unfortunately, not the way they wanted to start at Martinsville.
No, we're a 5th of the way in, though.
It's a good way of putting it. They next week they're
played a lot of laps.
Yeah, Fontaine's let them all. So I mean, hey, he's the point leader too. Oh, by the way, we didn't get a chance to show that off. We could show off the schedule coming up here. That's the way it looks right now. As you know, it's a driver's vote next week, so we'll see where they decide to go to. And then May 12th, I got a Bristol.
Nice.
Just saying. Milwaukee.
I won't be. Will I? I know I won't be back for that.
So say I got a spot on a team. You can easily just take it and just go race.
No, I think my last one is the 18th.
Ah,
This is
gotcha.
my last radiation treatment here, so just a couple days too soon.
Yeah, that's more important than racing at Bristol. You've got that track. Somebody else can win.
Absolutely. But I'll definitely, like I said, I'll come and join you if you'll have me anytime, man.
Whenever you want, you just show up and it's your room. So this is we want you to have fun, but unfortunately, maybe for viewers, they might say, well, this isn't too fun running at 50 mile an hour or whatever they're doing. But you know what? This is part of racing. It's short track racing. So we're going to have our bumps and bruises. We'll get the green flag back out here in about a lap or two and go from there.
We'll just have to be entertaining in the meantime.
I mean, I've always said if I'm the most entertaining person in the world, they got a problem in life.
I always enjoyed your commentary.
I appreciate it. JW Miller, I see, he's joined us.
Welcome. Thanks.
Accelerator, as he's known as on the YouTube chat. 14 viewers. And pace car lights are off. We'll have another single file restart.
Hopefully we can get them going here this time. They still don't know if the tires are warmed up the way the confidence have fallen for these guys yet.
Starting to wonder if we can go all the way on fuel.
Oh, with all these cautions, it's not hurting them on that front. But anyway, here we go.
Yep. And Sam back on it. Haslow, Ercoloni, Dalton, Sutphin, Parker, Hall, Braun, Anderson, and Pete's your top 10. Pete spun earlier. He's back in the top 10 already.
Absolutely. It just shows if you can make your way up here. It takes a little patience, but you can definitely work your way back up.
Everybody through turn 3 and 4. I think we got a lap in. Progress.
Excellent. Here we go. Now we're going to get some racing in. Haslow putting a little bit of pressure on Fontaine here.
Up, you said it. You said those words, and I was worried about it.
I ruined it.
Braun has gone around in the 8.
Somebody told me to shut up once in a while.
No. I've learned you don't tell somebody from the Northeast to shut up real quickly. We're caution out for the 5th time. Let's see what happened to the Braun one. Braun right here behind Daniel Hall. It's okay there. Down to turn 1. Oh, he's side by side with Kevin Anderson, who moves him out of the way. Oh, and Herzog clobbers him.
Ooh. That's a tough spot right there. I bet that wall, and it's hard to see that car coming around the corner. Herzog was there. It's a tough spot.
Nice job by everybody else to. Well, that was a pretty good burnout when the right rear comes off the ground.
Okay, nailed it. And got out in front of the pace car. Couldn't believe that.
So there you go. Contact on.
Side-by-side action. It's, like I said, it's not easy here.
No, not at all. But hey, it's Lycos watching. Let's you know what? Let's figure we'll make this a little more fun. Let's grab a driver. By the way, Sam Fontaine won a paint scheme tonight, thanks to Jazabowski Design. He threw a photo of a GIF, I guess they call this, of a young lady slamming some plate of something down on the floor in Discord. I don't know what that would be, but anyways.
Never works.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Let's get Telder up here, or not Telder. Let's get Fontaine up here. Let's bring Gru, as I like to call him, up here. Sammy, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Sam, I got a special guest here with us. Pete Polini's joining us tonight. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, pretty well. It looked like a long race right now. So.
Hey, you won yourself a paint at least.
Yeah, I heard that. I'm pretty happy for that.
May I suggest a Minions paint scheme with Gru on it?
I'm gonna keep that in mind. I don't know. Maybe, who knows?
So Pete was talking about the tires out there. Is that what is becoming a factor here in this? You think the tires aren't getting warmed up quick enough and they're spinning out off of it?
Yeah, I think the tires, because we don't have lap at all right now, and also those cars, like, they're super edgy everywhere on most of the track, and on a paper tip like that, like the tricky corners a little bit everywhere. On the entry, on the exit, is super edgy everywhere. So yeah, that's probably the problem right now with the guys.
All right, well, don't do it to yourself. You're going back racing, so.
Yes, sir.
Looking good so far, bud. Keep after it.
Yeah, thank you.
Is Sam Fontaine, as we'll get him down to his moneymaker, right, Sam?
Yes, sir, mate.
There we go. Him and Mike got two different teams now, so I'm like, which one is it?
Gotcha.
It's all part of the
See, I've
fun.
been away for too long.
Well, it's because there's a big team championship in this now, so they've all separated the teams
saw
of no
that.
more than 5. Yeah, so as Fontaine leads them back to the green. And to the inside, teammates going to battle it out down here for 4th. Sutphin going to drive it to the inside of Dalton. Brian Sutphin might be the guy who has passed the most cars in this series this season.
That was a very smooth pass right there. He can keep making moves like that and keep the car under him. He's going to definitely move up some more, I think.
Absolutely. Dylan Glass joining us tonight, Dylan. Appreciate you joining us. I know you've been going through your own stuff, man. Appreciate your service in the military and stuff like that. And hopefully you're home. If you're not, you can get home soon. But appreciate you watching, brother.
can't say enough about those guys that are over there in the surface talent doing their thing for us.
Absolutely. Dylan runs on Wednesday nights over in the Great Lakes sim racing series that are off right now, but nice to see him stopping in here on a Thursday night. As we continue on green here, 38 laps in so far. Oh, in trouble. The 4 has gone around Dalton. And I said it this time.
They got a few laps in there anyway, so that should at least get a little bit of heat in the tires. Maybe it gets a little smoother here. Yeah, I mean, Sam wasn't wrong. This is a tough car to drive at this track. You can't relax for a second. You got to be on it the whole time.
Well, when you see a setup like this is where you got to realize that you need to probably treat the car like you have an egg under your throttle or something, so you can just be careful just rolling back to the throttle and let the track come to you.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see.
Like I said, over driving, I see a lot of guys putting up the brake pedal and driving into the corner here. I know maybe I'm one of those other guys, but I'm out of the throttle pretty early at this place and just getting it to cut through the middle and then just drive it off.
He just loses the back end. Wow.
Yeah, just came around on him. It looked like it snapped.
It did, didn't it? I'm going to go on board here and hear that. Oh, yeah. That thing just come around. I think he just got to the throttle too quick. Or too hard, I should say.
And I've had it happen with this car too, where you're not even on the throttle and it still goes around. If you get in there just a little too hot, even it's crazy.
Well, that's just more of obviously the rear end's not gripping the track because you're going too fast through the center. Brings the back end around type of thing.
Especially if you get it to push a little bit in the middle first.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, lap 41.
We're getting there.
We are. Yeah. Do these guys have a set of tires for this race?
They do. I think they have a reset also. I'm not sure exactly how many tires they have and stuff like that, but I know they at least have one set to work with.
So we may see some pit strategy come in here. Then again, if we keep going at this rate, I'm like,
well, I think there's got to be. I think there's got to be a green flag run in here somewhere. I mean, we've had 6 cautions. 6 different guys caused it. So.
Hey, nobody's out yet.
Well, let's see.
For a couple guys, nobody's out because of spinning.
Right. Let's do the math here. We got 25 cars on the track, so we got 19 more cautions before we start kicking people out if it's all each driver. So, simple math there.
So everybody spins once, then we level the playing field.
Right, and then now it's you spin, you're kicked out.
There you go. I think we're going to see a good run here soon. I really do. Like I said, most of the time in the middle of these races, we'll get a good, at least hopefully 50 laps here. Fontaine's been looking good. Fontaine and Haslow have been able to pull away when we have had little bits of runs. So I don't know. Hopefully they're not taking care of their stuff while they're doing it. But I always wonder about the guys getting too fast too early sometimes.
Yeah, you
Some
gotta.
of these guys are really good at taking care of their stuff.
Yeah, not to mention, I mean, I don't know how much of a factor it plays, but the cycle life of these tires. I mean, these tires are getting cycled every restart. I mean, they're going from cold to hot, back to cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, you know, heat cycles.
And they say it makes a difference. Like I said, I'm not as familiar with this car, but they say it matters in the iRacing notes. So, like I said, it could be interesting.
Well, we're going to see another single file restart here, and the weirdness of it is we're at the 6th caution, and our viewer count has kept going up.
Well,
so I appreciate that. I appreciate that. As Sudfin actually restarting from the bottom lane, that was interesting how he cut to the bottom there. Not a bad move.
Not at all.
Everybody single file down into turn 3 and 4. Oh, I thought Benedetto was going to drop it in there on Herzog. Not able to do so. Back in the 10th position.
Close for a second.
Yes.
So good. It's all right to see a little bit of single file racing here for a little while. These guys get their feet under them.
Hey, these guys just got to be patient and just be. When you think you got to get on the throttle, back off a little bit more.
wait a half second longer. That's right.
Hey, Mackenzie Saunier, I believe this is the name over here in chat right now. So happy to hear Pete's voice on iRacing and well. So.
Yeah, that's my girlfriend. That's awesome.
Ah, there you go.
She's actually dealing with a lot too. She's with her mom up in Milwaukee. Her mom also dealing with cancer. Actually, so she's going through a lot, and tough lady right there. Can't say enough good things about her.
Stay strong, Mackenzie. That's got to be tough, I know. So nothing but the best for you and for all the family. So, wow.
Yeah, it's been an intense spring here.
Krispy Kreme car over here in turn 1 and 2 is spun around. That is a smashed up donut again.
See, it was all warm and it got all gooey on him.
He lost the glaze. 7th caution out. Andy Moore over in chat was in the race. Unfortunately, decided to take off.
Unfortunate. This place can be tough. I don't know how many times I've said that already. You should have a count on it every time I say this place can be
Is that
tough,
our drinking game tonight?
Yeah, that's
Trying to be tough. Chug.
We'd be wasted by now, wouldn't we?
Right?
Oh, something up to 3rd, eh? I didn't see him get by Mario there, but he definitely made a move somewhere.
We can actually go back and look at that.
Now look at something while we're waiting, right? We got a couple laps here.
Absolutely. Yeah, Pete is assuming you're joining us through your phone or something. Because they're saying you sound a little echoey and stuff. So I was just like, yeah, he's probably not on his headset or something. Like, there's the pass, by the way.
There's the pass. I have to give one more shout out to my buddy Scott Martin over at Martin Sports Apparel, who's also one of my sponsors. He hooked me up with a laptop to get down here. So I don't know what the issue is. So I am on the headset, so I'm not sure if I got it too close or too far away. Maybe that's better.
Mackenzie, you got a lot. Like 7 cautions, depending on what the rule is on the drinking thing. Slow down.
Got some catching up to
do like 2 a caution for now, just to catch up, so you don't, we want you to see the end of the race.
I'll be ready for bed by the end. 50 laps in here, 100 to go. So
positive way of looking at it.
basically we got basically a short track feature left here on a special event night.
And for those who don't know, this is Pete Politi we're talking to. For those who don't really follow the Short Track Super League much, he's a racer in this series and plenty of other series. Great guy, obviously, and unfortunately been fighting cancer and stuff. He's at a location right now getting chemotherapy and stuff right now. And wanted to come up here and join me. And, of course, the door's always open. And wanted to get him up here with us and be able to talk to all the viewers and stuff. And kind of give an update of the conditions and stuff, so it's good to see him here and allowing him to join us tonight as he gives us his views. He's a big-time short track guy himself, and wishing him nothing but the best, and of course Mackenzie and her family too. But unfortunately, we've seen 7 cautions in 50 laps.
Well, that doesn't mean Captain TV and Chris and you guys aren't awesome. So we're gonna get some action. I know we are. We're gonna have a great finish for the race.
I mean, right now,
I'm not afraid to call that.
Right now we're averaging a caution every 7 laps, point something. But anyways,
only go up.
Yes, I like that. Here we go. Fontaine's led every lap so far from the start. Barney the flagman's getting arm cramps already.
Doing on his shoulder, he's gonna need that rotator cuff taken care of after he's done tonight.
Going down to see Dr. Andrews in Alabama.
Right?
Alrighty, and here Mark Herzog inside of Russell Pete's 4 position. We actually get Peach drives in there pretty deep.
And he did push up the track a little bit, but he managed to hang on to it. Decent run, too. Good battle.
And Mark's got a little bit of damage on that inside, and he's probably got to be careful, too. He pushes up there a little bit, which that's kind of a short track secret there, too, is how you kind of push up the track a little bit and kind of move that guy out of the groove.
Yeah, for sure. You can definitely get it where they can't quite get the grip they need. You do it right. The guy on the outside can also pinch you down if he gets position on you too, so it works both ways. But it's the passing here is not easy inside or outside.
What's more dangerous in that situation? Would you rather be the car on the inside pushing somebody up the track, or would you rather be the one getting doing the pinching, knowing that guy gets loose, you might be going with him?
I'd prefer to be the guy on the inside, but you don't always have that option. So you gotta work with what you got, of course. So you better be able to do both, I suppose, if you're gonna make it up there. And basically, you gotta trust the guy underneath you, even if even if you don't know him, you gotta trust him. That's racing. You just gotta go for it and hope he does his part.
Ken Zames making a pass here on Joey Ladassour. That's for the 11th position here.
Good clean pass again. I'd like to see that.
Ken, one of those guys who likes to start in the back and work his way up through the field. Certain tracks I might not be a fan of that, but
And he usually does make it to the front though, which is saying a lot for him. He's a good driver for sure.
Very patient. Is what somebody spun around Ercoloni. That's a 360. It keeps it going. No caution.
No caution. Good save there. If you fell out of save, but yeah, we're gonna keep it from.
At least I think he spun around. There was smoke and he was going slow. So 2 + 2 is 3. Wait.
Oh, he definitely did the 360 action. Pulled a little Rockford turn there.
Let's see if we can get a view of that really quickly. What happens here? Thomas Parker goes to round him. The 51. Oh, that fishtails it up. No, he didn't spin, but he did everything to save it, though.
Yeah, that was a heck of a save. Gotta keep it under.
I like to say he put both hands and feet on the wheel.
You would have needed it for that one. Jeez.
Unfortunately, now he might have ticked off the tires, and he's falling back. Michael Steffen to the inside here in the 0669er.
Yeah, he's going to get frame trained a little bit here, but still a lot of laps to go and a pit stop, so he's not out of it by any means yet.
Turn back. Oh, he hit the curve. Don't do that. Don't do that.
You might give Mario the opportunity. He needs to get back on the bottom here.
That's exactly what just happened. Laxton might dive it in here.
I don't know. Just couldn't quite get there.
So Fontaine with about 3/10 over Coy Haslow right now. Sutphin, Parker, and Daniel Hall up to the top 5 right now. As Laxton looking inside again on Curran Beckler.
That Beckler went a little too hard there. He's going to open the door. Let's going to let Laxton get through easy.
Laxton moving up the spot.
Some good racing going here. I'd like to see it.
We like green flag racing. As
not only that, but we got passing too. I mean, we've got action.
Russell Pete's there. Matthew Telder going to try to drive the inside there. A little different angle going into the corner. Pete's leaves that entry open, which can be obviously dangerous. Somebody drops it in there, puts their nose in.
It's good for tires, but you got to watch your back. You got to be aware of who's behind you and where they're at and how far and everything when you do that. Otherwise, you really got to protect that bottom.
Always watch your 6.
Oh, yeah. It's one of the things in a race car. You always got to know what's going on around you.
And that's what I think is one of the more overrated topics that they talk about in iRacing is awareness of what's around you. A lot of cars do what they say, drive off their nose. And that's where you see a lot of what they call ARCA braking from it, because it's like the lack of awareness in that situation.
You got to be looking as far down the track as you can possibly see. You can't just be looking at directly at the car in front of you. There's a lot more that happens.
Right.
Sure.
I mean, when I'm in a car like right here at Zames, I'm looking down at turn 1 already, seeing what's down there.
Yep.
You know. I mean, obviously. Right. I mean, obviously, like right here, you can't see turn 3, so you're looking kind of more narrower. But once you get a view of the straightaway, you want to be able to see what's all the way down there, because I mean, if somebody doesn't cue the mic, hey, wrecking here. Which, by the way, Brian Sutphin has moved to 2nd place past Coy Haslow.
Yeah.
So the hometown boy here.
He's strong. He was looking real good there, and he's not abusing his stuff. I think he's going to be a good contender at the end here.
Well, Haslow tried in the Larson line in Martinsville, which doesn't exist.
Nope. As much as you try it, you're not going to get that one to wear in. Yeah, good pass there. Nice job. Good advantage.
There he is now, 9/10 back from Fontaine, right there in front of him. Caution out.
Oh, he's got time. Yeah, see, I was just going to say, he's got time. Don't overdrive it. You'll probably catch a caution somewhere.
Curran Beckler, turn 4 here, has gone around, bringing out the 8th caution. Got a little bit of a run there.
And good racing in that round, too.
Yeah.
If the rest of the green flag runs are that good, this could be an exciting race.
So will we see pit stops here? Because they put a pretty good amount of laps on those tires. Let's see.
They got one
Fontaine.
set?
Nope. Sutphin, yes.
That's a bold strategy.
If anybody
My
can
only
pass
concern
cars,
with
it's
him
him.
going that early. True. My only concern with him going that easy is if they only have one set of tires, though.
Right.
He's going to get eaten up at the end or get caught up in something because he's one of the only ones that fit. So hopefully he doesn't.
I can actually, I might be able to answer that question. Am I seeing the 3 up there? Unfortunately, I got my iRacing thing a little small here. Hang on.
Yeah.
Tire set 3. So they actually have more than one set of tires.
Oh, they got time. Yeah, okay. So that's not probably not a play then. Especially if he thinks he can work his way back up, which I got confidence he might be able.
Well, he's just got to be patient and watch out for wrecks and that kind of thing. I mean, Sutphin started 9th in this race and worked his way up to the 2nd position there. Now he's going to have 4 Mr. Feelgoods on his car, so.
Yeah, I think he's going to be all right. Like I said, and there's plenty of laps to go here. And if we get a good green flag run here, he might be sitting in the captain seat.
Mm-hmm.
So, not a bad play.
What's the worst that could happen, right? You wreck.
You wrecked the car. Ah, well. He's showing good patience. I think he's going to be all right. Sam is going to be tough to beat, too, though. He's always strong. He's strong again tonight here.
Now, did Sutphin take tires? Because he only had a 9-second pit stop.
He couldn't have taken tires in. There might be fuel. He might be planning on a long run here for fuel.
But here's the thing there. He didn't take tires, but the rest of them did. Right behind him.
Interesting. I don't know why you would go and not take tires, but hey.
Unless he forgot to check them
out.
off.
He's got something going on.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. Apparently Mackenzie's caught up on the. Apparently Mackenzie's caught up on the drinks already. Oh boy.
Oh,
Oh boy.
It'll be fun talking to her after this thing.
Yeah, I'm good, honey.
Parker's moved up there too.
Yeah, up P3, Daniel Hall up to 4th, Kevin Anderson up to 5th. Herzog, who started dead last, is up to 6th.
Yeah, good run for him. Names up there, Elder and Zeems also real good.
1 to go.
Stefan coming into the top 10.
1 to go, coming back to the green. And they're going to go back 2 by 2 here. And Pete, we did something new this week. Michael Steffen hooked us up with a cool graphic. And back on Saturday, I started this back up and with the cool cameras from TrackCams22.com and the gourmet cams. Well, they've hooked me up with this deal basically where I can bring back a segment I used to call Wide Open. And we're going to have to do that here in a few minutes. But right now, we're going to go back racing with Fontaine leading Haslow. Back to the green flag with Parker, Hall, and Anderson, your top 5.
Start for the top 2. Parker can keep it after Hall here and maintain that 3rd spot. They got a good battle going right now.
Oh, and they're spinning. Ken Zames back there. Has spun around right in turn 3 and 4. He got turned.
Cars collected
Couple
there.
cars. Yep. Jezebowski involved. Russell Peets. Those are a couple cars that just pitted, actually.
Yeah, and that's part of when you pit. You go to the back. You never know what can happen. We just get caught up in something. Hey, that's short track racing, right?
Absolutely. That's the way that goes, unfortunately. But the 9th caution out. We'll get a replay here in just a second. You guys don't actually see it, but I'm editing something on my screen.
Got all kinds of stuff going on there.
I always
Wish
do.
I could do more to help you on the production front.
Oh, you're all good. I'm used to being a one-man show. I just got a second person watching tonight.
Like I said, I'm happy to be here, and I'm glad that you're able to
Oh, man,
come and join here.
it's
Pretty
our
cool.
pleasure, man. It's our pleasure. Let's go back and look at the. We got some pit stops here, by the way. A couple of cars have come down pit road here that are faking, one of the two, because I see numbers changing on my screen. They're full of
Over
me now.
halfway. I mean, it's not a bad time to come in,
Let's see
especially.
the caution. So Telder's on the inside of Zames. Zames trying to roll that high line, which is easy to do when you get a couple cars jammed up there on the inside. through turn 3 and 4. He cuts down, and Telder gives him the old bumper. Gives him a couple of bumpers.
Yeah. What happened there is Zeems had to get in a little hotter, wanted to clear him, and so he had to slow down the center a little bit more. And Telder was already slowed down, and just he rolled the middle better and just tapped him is what happened.
And unfortunately, a couple cars involved. Ercoloni in that one also.
He still had a good start, and then it turned into a little bit of a rough night for him there. But hopefully, ours still okay.
Let's go on board with Ercoloni here for the, or not Ercoloni. Let's go on board with Telder and watch this all transpire. That's not Telder. That's Telder.
That's a good shot of the train tracks, though.
Yeah, there was a hole there, but if I'm Telder, I'm like, dude, I can't totally blame Telder for that. I mean, you shut the door on him like that. I mean, would you not give him a little, hey, I'm not too happy with your bump?
To be fair, I mean, he cleared him. He was there.
True.
You know what I mean? It wasn't his lane anymore, so I gotta say that he's got to try to slow down, which he did. I'm not saying he intentionally wrapped him by any means.
Well, no.
It's a tough spot for both of them. Like I said, looked like Zeems kind of overdrove a little bit there to clear him, which means he had to brake harder to make the middle of the corner than Telder did, and I think they just kind of came together a little bit.
I think there's a difference between intentional wrecking and short track wrecking.
Yeah, that was definitely the short track incident. I don't think that was intentional. Because you want to clear them, you want to get to the bottom, and
right.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If I got an inch, you're gonna take it, but you still gotta make the corner,
All right, so we're gonna try it here. I'm gonna try to break up this little bit of a caution situation that's been happening. So we're gonna go into our news segment. We're gonna quiet the mics here for a second, and we're gonna go into something called "Turn It Up," kind of like the whole "Crank It Up" thing on Captain TV. All right, caution back out. Unfortunately, wrecking in turn 4. A couple cars involved in that one. I think Curran Beckler was one. I tried.
Nice lasted.
We tried.
Yeah, it's a nice little segment, though.
Yes, shout out to Stefan there for making that graphic. It's basically another version. Fox has Crank It Up, and I'm not one that likes to steal names because that's their copyrighted stuff and things. So. Turn it up. Why not?
Hey, that works, right? That's what Leonard Skinner said before Sweet Home Alabama, right? Turn it up.
Turn it up. Good point. Let's go back to this wreck that happens here. Looks like Jason Coe might have been involved. And for those who are actually drinking under every caution, I would hope that you're not all working tomorrow. Ercoloni gets turned by the 26, and then they just pile into each other.
Yeah, that's another example of everybody's just too close together to get rolled up in time.
Matthew Telder was able to see the camber in the 191.
Damn, another caution. Should I say it again? This is a tough track. Shoot, now we're all drunk.
No, there's no limit on cautions. They can wreck all they want. And we're just past halfway, so they're on pace for 18. So,
what's the average speed so far? 45?
Inches?
We'll
feet?
Okay.
That's unfortunate. I mean, but that's racing. I mean, you're going to get races like this, unfortunately. And it's just a matter of just putting in perspective, and you're going to get a lot of people ticked off at others and that kind of thing. And as Mackenzie's mentioned, Hayes has mentioned, I mean, it's been a rough month for some, a rough week, heck, been a rough couple days. I actually had a root canal done yesterday, had a crown put in, had my teeth cleaned. I went and pretty much did everything but pull your wisdom teeth out yesterday. So, my mouth's a little sore, actually, as we talk. But
See, that's where I had to come in. We both have a little bit of issue with that, so we'll just help each other.
so I'm on the disabled list just a little. I'm not. I mean, it's not going to stop me. I mean, hell, I dislocated my finger in 9th grade and laughed at it. But
Yeah. Tough guy.
I act like it. But no, it's one of those things. I got a 2-year-old who loves brushing her teeth every like 2 seconds. True story.
Yes, that's not something you get all the time.
No,
man.
not at all. I mean, she goes in the bathroom, she grabs her toothbrush, she'll turn the water on and go to work. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me here. So it was like one of those things where like one morning I woke up, my tooth was hurting, and I'm like, I need to get this fixed. And I started thinking to myself, I'm like, I need to be an example here. So I was just like, and I've already come down to it. Instead of me telling kids, especially my daughter, when she grows up, why it's good to brush your teeth, I'm going to show my bill and be like, this is what happens when you don't.
Oh. Anyway, we're back again.
All right, here we go.
Haslow leading the line.
Back to turn 1 here. Oh, one car, Ladisor, almost lost his brakes, it looked like, into turn 1.
Yeah.
But you know what? He's going to make some passes doing it, though. Nice move. Oh, that's not a nice move. He gets turned sideways and saves it. The caution's out.
Oh, of course. I thought we were going to make it on a caution there. What a save, though. If I was him, I don't think I'd be too happy with the guy that turned me at this point.
Well, we got to see here. We'll look at the replay. Did he come down on the 47, or did he?
It was tough. It was hard to say in live. I think the 47 just didn't turn in as quickly as the 23.
Now, just to follow up here, is it the word tough, or is it this is a tough track? That is the word.
Tough track. We're going with the phrase.
I want to make sure. Oh, chat's awesome. All right, let's see if we can get the caution here. Oh, yeah, Herzog drove it in there.
Definitely got him, yep.
Let's see, we'll rewind it a little bit more so people can see it. There's got more people faking pit roads. So we've still got cars that have not stopped yet, and we're almost to lap 100.
Yeah, meters haven't stopped. Look at that. Maybe make it yet.
So 23 sends it into turn 1, makes the pass, and he's going to try to clear the in-and-out truck, or car. Problem is the car was still in him, and out he goes. I tried.
Yeah. That was pretty good. Yeah, it's just another one of them deals, though. Like I said, I definitely think 47. I don't think the 23 came down on him, unfortunately, but once again, short track racing.
Well, the one thing I am thankful for that you're here tonight is you're on the same channel that the race is when it comes to audio. So if you weren't here, I would be listening to all the audio in the race right now. And I'm pretty sure what I'd be hearing is not pretty.
Yeah, you might be better on that without all that new year tonight. Because, as they say, the track's maybe virtual, but the racing is real. That's no joke.
Yeah, and for those just joining iRacing for the first time, this is 27 real people driving cars on simulators all over the place, all over the world. I mean, we got Sam Fontaine up in Nova Scotia, I think. We got, who else is there? Stefan down in Carolina. We got Laxton, I think, is Virginia. I mean, it's just drivers off the top of my head. I mean, Pete's up in Massachusetts, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Michigan.
Nowhere near Massachusetts. He sounds like he's from Massachusetts.
I could start trying that Boston accent.
You've got it down. Trust me. That's why I was like, that's why I made the Northeast comment earlier.
Yeah, we get called Canadians up here a lot. A lot of us say A and that kind of stuff.
I have a cousin that lives in Dwoziak. I've learned how to pronounce it. Right there at the border of near South Bend.
Oh, right on.
Right on the border.
I'm in Ann Arbor right now at the University of Michigan, so we're about 6 hours from where I actually live. But yeah, that's close to where I'm at right now.
Nice. In the big house for different reasons, unfortunately.
Yeah. Luckily, we got a good place to stay here. We're right at the hospital. It's like they got an inn, and that inn they call it, so it's nice, like a hotel room and stuff. We don't have to drive to get there and everything. So
yeah, at least they're taking care of you, so.
Yeah,
Pace
they're
car.
really good here.
Right? Well, pace car's back in. I'm hearing rumors that the sun's starting to come up already as we go down to turn 1 and 2. Hey, Hayes is checking on, cheering on the 51 also with you, buddy. So we got 2 51 cheers tonight.
Not biased. The guy got good numbers. And a good-looking car.
That is pretty sharp looking blue. But right now, he's got a car to his inside.
Got to battle it.
That's Kevin Anderson to his inside there.
Oh,
we got spin in turn one.
Again.
Richard Benedetto.
Represent myself.
Which is weird that they say Virginia. I mean, and I understand how the whole Civil War went. But let's look at Virginia regionally.
Right?
Not really south, but, you know, I understand when it comes to the whole deal.
Yeah, you're not wrong. All right, he's representing the mid-East Coast. How's that?
Mackenzie, if you guys knew Pete, the Upper Peninsula accent works for him. I can't imagine a Mark Wahlberg voice on him.
Hey, get in the car. I'm horrible at that. I can't do that.
That's all right. Good effort. Hey, Fred. When I hear a Midwestern, you know, I lived in Indiana for a couple years, so when I hear a Midwestern dialect, I always hear the A's being stressed.
Yeah.
Trying to think of a word off the
Apple.
measure. Like instead of measure, it's measure.
Mm-hmm.
Or eraser, which I know that's normal, but like things like that. Tell her getting the wave around.
Especially when you get down there. Getting back on the lead lap. And there's still plenty of time for him to get up there. I mean, there's still, what, 55 laps left.
Let's see what else we got here. That Black Sheep says he's about 20 minutes from U of M.
Oh, nice. Not far away from Reno here at all.
Yeah,
hang out.
went to a when I was living in Indiana. I was over in the Lafayette area for a little bit, and of course that's Purdue University. And they were actually at a bowl game in Detroit, and I actually went up to that bowl game just to represent the radio station I was with, and so on and so forth. And it was pretty cool making that little road trip.
Yeah, pretty cool. That's a pretty nice area here. I've come here to like play hockey before, but never like actually get to look around and stuff. And it's a pretty good spot.
But though I did learn that day how to drive on I-94 with one lane.
Oh yeah, that's always entertaining, right?
Yeah. Well, when you see the wrecks, you're kind of intimidated by snow.
Sure. See, where I live, we get 300 inches a year up there, so we're kind of used to that.
Uh-oh. Mackenzie's from Wisconsin. Does she make you cheese curds?
Oh, the best.
I was going to say, right?
We got a deep fryer at home just for that.
Little marinara?
Oh, yeah. Good stuff. Authentic.
Oh, you can't go wrong with those. The best I get is either Cheddar's or Culver's or something like that.
Try that. Maybe I'll have to send you a package of them here.
Please.
Get Mackenzie to pick up the good stuff.
That's like the white cheddar, isn't it, or something like? What kind of cheese is in there?
They do white cheddar. You can do like a sharp cheddar. I like the really extra sharp cheddar ones personally.
Nice. It's like you're eating grilled cheese wrapped up in a ball.
Exactly. Yeah, delicious.
Hopefully we've entertained you guys tonight. I'm thankful for Pete being here tonight.
Once again, thanks for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. So Fontaine leads us back to the green here. Lap number 98. I have a feeling that we're going to see some interesting chat after the race down in Discord that I might have to grab some popcorn for, or some cheese curds.
Oh,
anyways,
sure.
back to green.
Whichever one you get.
Oh, boy, spin in turn one.
Right.
Actually, yeah, they're spinning. I thought there was just wrecking, but
No, there's somebody went around it. I just couldn't see one. Caution might have been a little premature.
we're going to see here because, I mean, it does say Mike Duryea has crashed, so let's see if he actually spun.
Somebody got in the middle there.
I see smoke up ahead, yeah. I don't see anybody spinning, though.
No, I think somebody just locked up the brakes, but I got you wrong. He's got an work on the golfer. Something as he hoped, eh? Oh,
No,
yeah.
he's got a beat up. Oh, there he got squeezed. He squeezed the 41s to the wall, and and the 23 had to go for a save, it looks like. That's what probably brought the caution out there.
Yeah. Well, what's one more at this point?
Well, I don't know. You want your girlfriend drunk?
Well, should I say this is a tough track again? See, I'd be more okay with that if we were in the same place. But
Wait a minute. Breaking news here. Are you saying, Mackenzie, wait, you do not deep fry cheese curds? Is that what I'm reading here? Those ones are
Actually,
deep
no,
fried
I do it.
cheese curds. The Wisconsin ones you don't deep fry.
Oh, yeah, they're just I know what she's talking about.
And then Hayes here saying in chat, looks like he's talking about the 51 here. Same place as the 51 LOL. Checked his rig out and did a practice test at his place earlier. Makes me want to get in on some of this racing myself. Which is good,
Oh,
but
I think you can. Yeah.
do we warn him about the financial part?
Oh, boy. You want to go? You can definitely get into it if you want to. I mean, it is kind of how much do you want to spend. You can get by without real expensive stuff, but further and further you go into it. I know I'm on my 3rd upgrade of pedals, and I want a 2nd upgrade of wheel, and I want to already go again for a new one. But you can definitely spend the money on it if you want to. That's for sure. But still cheaper than having a real car.
Let's see. I got a $275 G27 wheel, and this was a couple years ago when I bought it, like 4 or 5.
Sure. Which is a good wheel. I mean, a lot of guys run that.
Yeah, I mean, either 29 or whatever, which, of course, there's better wheels, let's be honest, but I like mine. I'm actually now on a $1,500 computer, which is straight for gaming. Multiple monitors. Not to mention it costs roughly about $12 a track and car until you get to a certain amount. Then it becomes like $8 a track and car. So you're easily dropping probably, depending on if you need a new computer or not, somewhere between a couple thousand to a couple more thousand.
Yeah, I'm into mine for about 3 right now.
There you go.
With the 42-inch triple monitors, and
Nice.
I got the D3 pedals. I think the pedals are more important than the wheel. And that TX wheel, so it's a mid-range. But anyway, let's get back to racing.
Yeah, let's try it again here. Fontaine has led every lap so far tonight in this race. A new 3rd place runner, though, Kevin Anderson. And more wrecking in the back.
Oh, boy.
And this time the 191 ends up on the front end of Richard Benedetto, who is probably evaluating what's underneath that car. But Jason Coe's gone around.
Got a good look at the diff fluid in the rear end on that one.
Watch out for the leader. Unfortunately, I feel bad for these guys. I mean, look, we can both back these guys up. This is not how they race in real life, or when it comes to these kind of. Tonight's just a bad night. It's a bad night. Period.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been racing with most of these guys in the past. I know they're all better than this, and sometimes you just have tough races.
You do.
And the weather, not gonna lie, we started with a lot of cars on track too.
Yeah.
So it makes it a little difficult. And mid-race green flag run we were hoping for hasn't materialized just yet, but there's still a little bit of time.
Let's see how this one transpires. And I have not seen anybody get removed from the race. The 19 gets spun around. 41 gets piled into. The 191 gets piled into.
Definition of ARCA braking right there.
Which is interesting. And I've made this. I don't make it about me. I've never been that kind of person, but I do have a team in this. Me and Mike Braun kind of put a team together at the last second, and I actually joked with him tonight, and I'm starting to wonder if my joke actually makes sense. I said the safest place to be tonight will probably be when you come out of pit road, turn left into the infield and hide in there somewhere.
No kidding. Yeah, get down there and behind that wall and just wait for it to be over.
Just wait.
Man, if you were paying for these cars tonight, that might not have been a bad play.
Right?
Hopefully we can see a little bit of patience here. Most of these have been in the first, couple laps after the restart of the first corner. And guys, you just gotta make your way through here. So hopefully they can get that together. Still 40 laps to go.
And I would talk to more drivers, bring them up here with us, but they're probably not in the mood right now to talk, let's be honest. So I'm just going to leave them alone.
Well, the 3 are probably okay. They're probably safe.
Well, we did talk to Sam a little bit ago. I mean, I could try to get
I'll
Stefan
have a
up
good
here, but
run.
that would not probably be pretty.
No, I don't think that's ideal at the moment. We'll let him get it out. We'll talk to him later, maybe.
Well, I'm Chris Sanks. This is Pete, who you hear talking with me. And, yeah, we're here at Martinsville. And,
We go get a hot dog?
you know what I'm just thinking? Thank God we didn't do a hot dog precaution.
Oh, God. we just set the world record by now for eating the most in one sitting.
Well, there's a couple of, there's a guy named Chestnut and a guy named Kobayashi that might have that record beaten by us, or for us.
They're not here. Don't worry about that.
Well, they do like 76 in a certain amount of time. Come on.
Some ridiculous
Good
amount.
grief.
Like, how do you do that and just not be sick for like 4 days?
Oh, I'm sure they are. They don't tell. And not to mention they're like a beanpole.
Yeah, they're not big guys. Like, where do you put on that? Crazy. I guess it's a learned skill like anything else from what I gathered.
How do you
Yeah,
train
not
for
what
that?
I've ever
That's the
attempted.
next question. All right, single file restart. Fontaine back to the green.
Let's just
Oh,
go iRacing.
41 spinning in the back.
Oh, no. Mario again. Didn't even make it to the line. Patience, fellas.
Makes you wonder, are they starting in second gear? Because if you're in
That's
third
right,
gear,
man. You wanna try third.
the gear's probably low enough where, I mean, the Cup car, truck here, Xfinity, you start in third gear.
Yeah,
And even then, you still kick some RPMs up, but it's not. I mean,
It's not intolerable.
No.
You can deal with it.
just a tough situation here. Yes, Mackenzie. Now we're talking hot dogs.
For the ones that don't know, Martinville, they have
$2
really
hot
awesome
dogs.
hot dogs.
$2.
Yeah, and they're delicious. They're actually reasonably priced. Can you get a $2 hot dog at your local short track? If
No.
you do, it's not what you get at Martinville.
The only place I know of right now that competes with a Martinsville hot dog when it comes to price is the Atlanta Falcons stadium. Their new stadium they opened up, they actually purposely made the menu prices down and affordable because they want the
Yeah.
experience to be well for people.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's which the only thing they did at that stadium that confuses me. Now, granted, that stadium hosts SEC championship game and high school games and things like that, but it's supposed to be the home of the Atlanta Falcons, who play on Sunday. There's a Chick-fil-A in there.
Really? Interesting.
Figure that one out.
That one, my brain can't process that. But no, that's really cool. It's expensive enough to go to an event like this without having to, spend $8 for, a hamburger, a hot dog, or more. Some places are just ridiculous.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's really cool. Especially for a family. If you're going to take a family there, you better come prepared for a lot of places. But it's cool to see more places do that.
Yeah, and you might see that, down the road, but unfortunately, that's just the way it is right now. But you get some of these like little communities like Martinsville, the $2 hot dog, which I believe it's its own entity too. Like it's I don't remember the company's name, but it's not like the traditional hot dog you get at like Walmart or something like that. This is its own like thingamajig. It's like
They're like
Nathan's up on Long
real.
Island. It's got its own deal
Right.
here.
Yeah, like I said, from what I gathered, they're really, really good. I've never been to Martinsville, but if I ever go, I'm definitely getting one.
Oh, it's on my list. Martinsville is on the list.
Place to go watch. They're in Bristol. They
Yes.
go watch a race. You can go to them there, but you know how that goes.
So how do I get... So, Mackenzie says, how do I put on payroll for today's participation? I usually show up when Pete races. Just extra talky today because he is able to hear how funny I am. Plus, his game is taking off. Plus, Black Sheep says Flat Rock Speedway, apparently cheap concessions.
Nice.
I've never heard of that one. The only track I know up in Michigan is obviously Berlin, short track wise.
Oh, yeah. See, I'm further north. I raced at Norway Speedway up in the UP, Sand Speedway. We went to Wisconsin International and Katana a few times. We did 141 when it was paved. It's a dirt track now. That was a lot of fun.
Back out of here. Oh, don't send it in there. And around goes the 72.
Oh,
The 51 with a little bit of a desperate move there in the 1.
He may be getting sent to the back, but I didn't quite catch it all. But
Oh, I saw it shaping up. I'm like, don't do it. It's like in your head. You're like, don't do it. Don't do it. He did it, unfortunately. Let's see the
that
wreck.
you're trying to pass, better be paying attention. That's all I got. If you're not quite there, and that's what happens a lot here. You can not quite be there yet, but you're there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
This is a Martinsville wreck right here. 51 gets a run on the 47, sends it in there, and the 47 sends it in on the 72, and around he goes.
Yeah,
And
they both went in a little hot, didn't they?
2 drive-throughs collide. We're talking
Well,
hot
that was wrong. I don't
dogs.
think that was a good first well.
We're talking hot dogs, and In-N-Out Burger just met McDonald's.
They wanted to get their hamburgers on screen time too here.
Hey, we can start our burger joints. I got plenty of those around. So,
Yeah, but you have cheesecake.
good point. Cheesecake's good eating too.
I'd be happy when I can taste food again. That'll be awesome.
Yeah, I can only imagine, man.
I'm pretty much on the liquid diet right now. Food stuff, so I'm thinking about the nutritional shakes and stuff. So
Right. I can speak for it. Obviously, cancer sucks. Let's just be real, you know. You fought it. You're fighting it like a trooper, man. And you know, I'm proud of you for what you've done. And you know, just keep it on. You know.
yeah, I appreciate the support. There's been a lot of it out there, and I know I can't say the word on here, but you know, F cancer all the way around. It's, you know, hopefully we can find a way to eradicate that here someday soon too.
Well, just to say this, cancer's a tough track, also.
I'm drinking again.
Yes, see? Got that. Oh, there might be the post of the night right there. Black Sheep, the boys are allergic to green flags.
Sure seems that way at the moment, doesn't it? Sam's had it pretty easy here tonight. He's done really well on the restarts, not spinning the tires. He's done everything he has to do. So, like I said, I hope we get a good run to the end here with about 25 laps to go and we go back here.
You know what the thing is, too, is you mentioned 25 to go. You think these drivers have maybe crossed over a level where they realize there's not many laps left. So you really can't be patient anymore. But the problem is if you're not patient, caution 17, caution 18, caution 19, caution 20. Now, there is a time limit, I believe, on this race, too. We'll throw up my other... Actually, let me throw up my other timing and scoring loop here real quickly. We'll change it over to time.
Hopefully they got enough to finish this out. Usually they're pretty good about it. Looks like the lights are on the base there.
And it didn't flip over.
Be going back this time. That's all right. If it times out, it times out.
Right? All right.
See if Haslow's got anything there.
Yep, Kevin Anderson, Chalmers Parker staying in 4th now, so I don't know. Did he not get the EOL or something?
He didn't have contact. The 47 is the one who actually made contact.
Gotcha. That would make sense then. Justin Laxton back up to 5th after his accident a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I saw him on that drive. Don't say anything. Don't say anything.
I'm not saying a word. I'm just going to call the action. I'm not going to say anything about runs
Anything particular.
or
right?
long or green.
Laxton and Parker battling there, looks like. Swapping positions.
Yep, Laxton taking it. Parker going to cross him back over here. Stefan right there behind him with Mike Braun there with him. A couple Mikes battling.
Oh, yeah. Good action here.
Look at that 26 back there. That thing looks like it's been at Berlin.
No, it does. He's still pulling strong. Teams there.
Oh, Teller's wrecking up too. And he said, screw it, I'm done.
I think that was the second one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I've lost count.
Yeah, I don't know. I had two. Sutphin back in the top 10 though. The recovery drive after early pit stop. Oh, you think Sam's going to be able to hang on?
Well, he hasn't. He's one of 7, 8, 9, 9 cars that have not pitted.
Yeah, honestly, I think that's been the move. Oh, he just lost it.
Yeah, sure did.
Even when the tires heat up, these things, you gotta drive that throttle like it's got an egg under it, just like you said. These cars do have plenty of power.
Yeah, I mean, they might be ARCA cars, and you know, I mean, they're old Cup cars when you look at them. I mean, you go back to the old 90s and 2000s days, that's what these cars were.
Exactly.
And now they're, you know...
They're due for an update. Hopefully they get that here soon.
Yeah, they got to get that new, what kind of body is that? The composite?
Okay, yeah, that's it. So it'll happen. But in the meantime, these cars can still be a lot of fun to drive. I mean, they're really versatile, which is cool. You can run them at a short track, like here in Martinsville, but you can still run them at Daytona and Charlotte. And
you put them out there on Charlotte. The one time I've ever blown a tire was in this car at Michigan.
Ooh, but that's not a good place to do it.
Nope, it was turn 3, and we had gone 40 laps, and the car was very tight. And I didn't realize it was going to blow, and all of a sudden I see the meatball flag and me going straight, and I'm like, uh-oh.
Uh-oh. This is going to hurt.
Thankfully, I don't have any kind of a real-life sim type of thing to where it shakes if I hit something.
Knock you right out of it.
Honey, what are you doing in the living room? Hit the wall.
My direct drive wheel flipped over my rig. Just talking to Jeff McConey there, he had got a direct drive and put it on the play seats, and you know they're not quite as stable. And he said his just about flipped him over when he put it on there and turned up the. Yeah, some of those direct drives put a lot of force.
Hey, I do want to mention if you type in the letters STSL to on a butt kicker purchase, you can get 20% off of your purchase at the butt kicker website. I know a lot of drivers in here have gotten their butt kickers. I personally thought it was like a website with a bunch of things, which I know it kind of is, but apparently the butt kicker is like this thing you stick underneath your seat, and it makes you feel the ground effects and stuff. I've had to learn that.
It's really cool. Yeah.
So if you're a racer and you want to kind of reel up your car to make it feel like you could feel your car bottoming out and stuff, go purchase it. Butt Kicker, their website right now. Type in STSL, get 20% off. And you might have heard me mention earlier, Sam Fontaine got himself a free paint scheme thanks to Jezebowski Designs. And, of course, the track cams that you've been able to see tonight as we get ready to go back to green with 20 laps to go have been brought to you by Track Cams for Gourmets. Of course, if you're looking for oval, road, and dirt, if you're looking for virtual reality or even a fan experience, you can check out trackcams22.com and look at the packages they have to offer, and appreciate the partnership there as we go back racing here with 20 to go. Can a beggar not be a chooser? Can we get 20 green flag laps? That's all I'm asking.
That's it. At this point, I think we may have a shot if the guys settle down, but they're going to be racing hard, too. They want to get those positions.
Down into turn number 1, you see the 26 of Sutphin as Haslow coming up with pressure on Fontaine now.
Yeah, finally we got a little bit of a battle here. I think Haslow may have saved his stuff a little bit more. He wasn't quite pushing as hard as early, but the two of them were definitely pulling away here.
Mackenzie sharing some very interesting notes that I was unaware of. The butt kicker can shake the whole house. That's crazy.
No, I'm on like a wood floor with like a layer of carpet under it.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, you can. It makes enough power if you turn it up. You'll shake the chair. You know.
Zame's making a move on Ladouceur. Yep, Zame's up to the 8th position past Ladouceur.
Nice job by James.
A lot of these guys have survived the race. Haslow just ran the fastest lap of the race in 2016.
So tires, I don't think they're going to be the issue.
Nah. Even though they have 126 laps on them, or sorry, 136 laps on them.
75 pounds.
Wow, and they're cautioning again. You said the word, not me. Jeff Carlson and the 47 of Herzog.
See what happened with them here. Well, we'll have to hope for a 12-lap run today. It's shaping up to be a good finish. If we get that green flag run, I think we're going to see a battle at the kind of in the class of the field most of the night here.
Now, and I don't want to be the one that starts something, But in 2 race, 47 gets in the back of the 19, turns him. At least Herzog stops and says, hey, my bad, I'll just stop here. I don't want to be the guy to start something here, but as a broadcaster, I've always said I'm going to speak the truth on here. Coy Haslow has not been afraid to put the front end of somebody to win a race twice.
Well, there's a difference between wrecking a guy to win and moving him. So if you can move him, I'm totally okay with that. But you turn him around, that's a little...
It wasn't moving him. Let's put it like that. There was a race in Iowa that I won't mention names of, where basically he was about 2 or 3, maybe 4 tenths back, and just shoved it to turn 3 and sent the guy into the wall.
Yeah, that's a little bit much.
And then there was a short track Super League race last season, I forget where, that he got in the back of somebody. So we'll have to see here if what Coy has up his sleeve tonight, if he's going to try to do it. And I mean, I'm making it sound like he's a bad kid. He's not a bad kid, but he hasn't made the best decisions in that move.
You know, he's gaining experience here too. I know he's not super old like I am.
Oh, come on now. If you're not on roller skates on pit road, then you're not old.
Not yet.
Morgan Shepherd.
Yep. Good reference there. No, we'll have to see. Like I said, I mean, even in a race I'm in, if a guy moves me, I would have done the same. If you move me but don't spin me, I'm okay with it. Because I might have tried to do the same, but a dive bomb from half a second back is a lot.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah. So
you almost expect a bump when you're the leader at the end. You know, if the guy's that close, you got to be almost ready for it.
Right. And it's almost, you know what? Do you almost, on the final lap, do you back up the corner to almost prepare yourself for it?
I have done that in the past, where let the guy hit you while you're still going straight, and then try and take off. I mean, it's all kind of dependent on how the guy's been driving you and a lot of factors. But I have done that in the past to just, all right, get it over with, hit me now where I can maintain it,
right,
and just try to run away.
Because, I mean, if you get hit the right point, if he hits you square, you're going up the track. If he hits you in the corner, you're going around.
Exactly. So you kind of try to get it where you're still going straight into the corner or using the shot if you can.
And you got Kevin Anderson here. You got actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different teams in the top 5.
Nice.
So, I mean, that part's cool.
And any of them could still win. Like I said, depending on what happens with the leaders, you could see Anderson or Laxton or Parker or even Stefan come through here. You never know what's going to happen.
Oh, I'm going to throw up the Talladega Daytona reference here. If you're on the lead lap, you can win this right now.
Yep, I agree. We're definitely not done.
So a 10-lap shootout.
Let's see if we can get a good restart here. No tire spin. Keep it together. Let's get a good run.
Good restart for Sam. Coy back on it. Everybody on the pedal. Everybody looking good so far. Down to turn 1. Laxton looking to make a move inside of Anderson. Anderson shut the door on him.
Let's let the top can get away a little bit here.
.210 Sam does on Haslow here. Wide on board with Sam. Now Coy. And caution's back out. And
We're probably going to see a little bit longer than a green-white checker to the end here. We get 4 laps.
not sure where the caution is here. Just showing yellow flag on my screen, so gotta go find it. Oh, somebody spun down there in the back. Is that Pete's? It is Pete's, 191, yep. Now, I guess if we haven't said it already, Russell, I hate to do this to you, brother, but for Pete's sake.
You're almost.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, you just
He
got
just loop-de-looed. Oh, he almost kept it off the wall. That would have been really impressive.
Yeah, I still think that shouldn't have been a caution, but we got iRacing cautions, so
right.
we don't really get that choice. That would have been a good one to let him run to the end on. But hey, we got a good, exciting finish here. Coy's going to need to get a really good restart here to have a shot at him. I don't think he's going to be able to pass him. He can't get on the outside and run him here.
I wonder if the admin, who I believe is Luke Daniels tonight, I wonder if he's going to allow them to go double file for these last couple laps.
I really hope so, just for the sake of entertainment value,
excitement
but
part,
I
right?
understand if they don't too. It's kind of frustrating. You work your way up and you're racing a guy and racing a guy, and you get that single file caution, single file restart right when you need it to be double file.
So next week, these guys are at a random track that they'll vote on. I'm going to look real quickly into the Discord and see if they have voted on it. I know there's a channel for it. Driver's choice.
There's Wilkesboro.
I'm just looking here at what they're showing. Right now, if this is accurate, it appears it's Charlotte as of right now.
Not a bad choice. A little different than Martinsville.
But, yeah, I see some other talk going on. So, who knows? But we'll find out when that's all over with. I told them they need to go run these cars at a rally track or something.
There you go. We'll run the Daytona rally cars.
See these cars jump. You said they get damage from the right front hitting the fender? Yeah, let's watch the right front
We
go
might
through
have
the
to
fender.
damage out. Oh, if you haven't tried it yet, some of my buddies are over at TG. We've done street stocks at Grandin, Wild West,
Wow.
dirt street stocks. Oh my God, that is way more fun than you would ever think.
Well, let me
If you're ever
challenge you.
bored, want to record it together, try that.
Let me challenge you to this one in response. Justin Laxton, who's in this race, he's actually, and I got to go do it still. They've been running the F1 car on Cedar Lake, the dirt track.
That sounds like a blast.
And they're out there running 9-10 second laps on dirt in an
Nice.
F1 car. Yeah.
That would be a lot of fun, actually. If I get a chance to join them at some point, I would like to do that too. Or run them at Bristol. Could you imagine running an F1?
I've
car
run
at
an IndyCar at Bristol.
Nice. I haven't tried that. I've thought about it, but I never got a group together to try it.
It's
Anyway, we're going back right here. We
it's
can,
like watching M&Ms in a toilet bowl, literally. Here we go, going back to the green.
oh, it's not harder than you think.
Fontaine back to it. Laxton gets a run on Anderson to turn one.
Oh, there's a wreck.
Oh, he gave it up.
Broke it time. Good. Yep, good job there to not get it.
That takes a lot. And I think if this race didn't end up the way it was, I think Laxton makes that move.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, the guy who's in front of him there, Anderson, he did run a little wide there and left the door open, so I don't blame him for trying to get in there.
2 laps to go. And caution is back out.
Oh.
So now this isn't just a 150 lap race. Green,
Hello, team.
white, checker. This has been a tough
UFC.
track.
Ah, pretty good.
Brian Sutphin looks like was involved in this one. Let's see, him and Ercoloni. Well, Sutphin just loops it. He overcorrects it. Curran Beckler goes under him.
Yeah. He tried to turn it back
Oh,
off
and
with
then-
the cross under him.
And he just leaves. He's like, I'm going home.
Yeah, that's a tough spot.
He's going to drive down to South Boston, get a bologna burger.
Doesn't sound half bad either.
I've never had one, obviously.
I haven't either. Never knew there was such a thing.
Yeah, that's what South Boston, Virginia is actually famous for.
And I learned something today.
Oh, we all. All right, so green, white, checker number
Yeah.
1.
3 attempts?
That's a great question. I think there's 2.
Either way, we're getting close to the end now. Get your graphic up there with all the cars on track. There's still a lot of cars on
Yeah,
track.
I mean, they're all. We only have 19 out of 28. Only 9 cars out.
For as many cautions as we have, that's kind of impressive.
Interviews
Well.
after the race should be interesting.
Yeah, definitely sticking around for that.
And again, I know we're having fun up here in the booth for the viewers and stuff like that, but just know that we're disappointed for the drivers because it's like, these guys are just having a tough time out here. Martinsville's been tricky to them tonight. It's a tricky track. I saved you. I saved everybody a shot there.
We'll have more before we're done. We got the interview still yet.
But yeah, they're just having a hard time tonight. It's unfortunate that this has happened. I'm sure there's a lot of unhappy drivers and admins and stuff tonight. And
I'm sure there will be a meeting at some point about the race. But yeah, it is unfortunate a little bit for the drivers, especially the guys that practice. They put time in. You don't want to run green flag laps for sure and actually get a chance to race, but sometimes it's just what it is.
Right. And we've had modified races I broadcasted in the STSL that have been worse than this. I mean, there was one last season that we run like a heat race that only completed like 2 laps because of the time limit. And I'm just like, oh boy,
Yeah. I don't know, full moon, whatever, but yeah, it's been one of those nights.
I think the full moon was this week too.
I think so. Next week will be better.
Yes.
Not that there hasn't been good racing. We've had good
absolutely.
racing when we have run green. So.
No, we've had some fantastic races. Yeah.
2 more weeks, and then hopefully I can join you guys for at least one of them.
That would be awesome to see you back out there on track and put the. Maybe we'll talk with Chalmers. Be like, hey, give Pete the 51.
Yeah, I'm really not picky on it. As long as I'm running up for your team, we're good.
Hey, 151. Speaking of shots.
Oh, yeah, right?
First ever shot I think I remember taking when I was younger. Oh, boy. Oh, Haslow tried to get the jump on Sam. Sam got him, and back here, Chalmers got a jump on Laxton to the outside.
Yeah, really good start. And he gets in the wall a little bit.
Yeah, Laxton's going to get the run, though, because he's on that bottom preferred groove, but here comes Stefan to the inside. Can he make it back?
Come on, one more time by. You guys got this.
White flag, fine. No, caution.
No, I thought he made it.
I was hesitant because I saw the light up there on my top of my screen change. I'm like, no.
It was so close.
Caution back out. And
the 51, I don't see him in the top 10 anymore. Did he get turned around that race on the outside?
Looks like it's up towards the front. Stefan involved, maybe. No.
I think Stefan and 51, I can remember.
Yep, 51's involved. Chalmers Parker. Yep. Let's see what happens.
He was definitely working that outside hard, huh?
I mean, well, you kind of had no choice at this point,
Right, you have to.
He's giving him plenty of. Oh, and Stefan slides up.
Well, Stefan, yeah, he slid up just a little bit. Doesn't take much when you're on that edge. Just that little door.
Look out for the 191.
Yeah, just that spot in the track. It does not take much to knock that car around.
No. That's just racing too. That's not anything that one driver did wrong. I mean, you're on a short track.
Right. Like I said, I wish iRacing would fix the tire model a little bit better so you could rub doors like that, because that really shouldn't have been an incident. That should have been a door rub, but the way that the tire model is, it's not as easy as in a real car at times.
Well, is that something that's maybe more than a tire model too? Because I mean, when you look at it, it's almost like a light contact looked at. It looks like he slams him.
And part of it might be a little bit of netcode too. Where the two computers think the collision's going to be harder. So I mean, there's more issues than that. But I think part of it is in the tire model. It'd be nice to have a little more forgiveness at times if the car gets a little away. But that's not here or there for us to be able to do anything about anyway.
So right now, we have still 9 cars, if I'm counting this right, that have not pitted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cars that have not pitted that are still on the track. And they're spread out throughout the field. The top 5 are 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking at lap 158 right now. So they've gone 158 laps on a tank of fuel.
That's pretty impressive.
Now, if I remember correctly, these are 22-gallon cells, like the old Cup cars?
I believe so, yeah. Which they might have had enough to make it either way. 22 gallons, without the cautions. And at some point, it doesn't hurt to have a little bit of extra fuel in the back late in the race. I find, because it helps that car turn in the center a little bit better.
Well, yeah, because you got the weight still balanced out in the rear. Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense.
Yep.
So if I'm correct, this is the final restart. 21st caution. We are one away from the NASCAR record set at the Coke 600 in Charlotte back in 2005, I think it was.
Somewhere in that ballpark.
At 22,
Yeah,
that was when what's his name, Humpy Wheeler decided to grade the bottom lane, and it was not fun. That was where Jimmy passed Labonte in turn 4.
Yep. That was a good race, though. Yeah.
Oh, it was. Ended after midnight. Here we go. Green flag back out.
So the last chance, boys. Let's make it to the end.
Down the back straightaway to turn 3 and 4. And I think the time limit just ran out because here comes Sam Fontaine across the line, and he wins this thing. The point leader goes to victory lane and leads every lap in Martinsville.
Good run for him. He did everything he needed to stay up there.
And there was some contact coming into turn 3. I didn't see.
Yeah, somebody went around, or at least got up in the wall. Laxton made it up to 3rd. Stefan 4th. Teams made it out of top 5 there. Yeah, good run from him. Somebody's pounding the wall up there.
Let's see if I can find
We'll check out the
that
action
last
while we
lap.
get
Yeah.
situated.
Let's see the restart here again.
Top 2 definitely got good start. Also tough when it's single file too.
Absolutely. And this ends up being a 1-lap restart in the end. There's Laxton right there behind Anderson. Oh, Laxton got over the curve and turns Anderson.
Yeah. Good save by Anderson. But yeah, he looks like he jumped the curve and popped into him a little bit. That was an exciting finish.
A lot of unpredictability. Yeah, a lot of unpredictability. Yeah, there's 191 slamming the wall. Yeah, go ahead and get that out of the way now.
Go up there and hit the pace car.
You what? Go out there and hit the pace. You hit everything else out there. I figured might as well finish it off.
I mean, as well be perfect. You can't pit now. We're eating ice cream.
You what? Oh, so many lines in that movie.
No, it actually happened, eh? That was a true story.
It did,
It actually
yeah.
happened.
Yeah, that whole thing is based off of Harry Hyde. And what was the Sam Fontaine does dues to burnouts? I can't even speak now. Does burnouts?
Well, this is a tough track. We've had too many drinks.
Who was it that a part of the story was talking about?
Wasn't it Harry Gant drove for him for a while, I thought. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
him?
Oh, I'm thinking of a different show. Never mind. I'm thinking of a different show. There's that new show, The Crew, that's on Netflix. That Tony Gibson actually. They had Tony Gibson, who's a crew chief, on set. And basically anything they did in the show that didn't look right or was like, no, that would never happen, they had him say, no, that you guys are crazy. This is how it needs to go.
Yeah. Which is cool because when you watch it, people like you and I catch stuff like
Right.
that. You can't observe may not, but that's cool that you got that going on. But no, that isn't a bad show at all.
Let's take a look at the final results for the Martinsville race here. Sam Fontaine leads all 161.9 laps and wins this race. Coy Haslow second, Justin Laxton third, Michael Steffen fourth, and Ken Zames finishes fifth. Vladisor sixth, Kevin Anderson, Curran Beckler, David Burns, Nick Jezebowski 10th, Jason Coe, Russell Peets, Mario Arcoloni, Jeff Carlson, Mike Duryea, Chalmers Parker, Daniel Hall, Mike Braun finishing 17th and 18th. Looking at the rest of the finishing order, Richard Benedetto, Brian Sutphin, Mark Herzog finishing 21st, Andy Moore 22nd, Mike Johannes 23rd, Matthew Telder 24th, Mike Hasty 25th, Michael Benedetto 26th, Jason Dalton 27th, Luke Daniels did not run the race, neither did Michael Murray, and that goes from there. So, all right, let's bring these drivers up. This going to be an interesting interview session, I think we're going to hear here. So let's go get the winner of this race. They're actually already hanging out on one channel. I can see how that's going to be. As Sam joins us up here. Sam, you get the win. This is not the race you wanted, obviously, because Well, let's face it, we had a lot of cautions tonight, 21 to be exact. You lead every lap to the finish. Just talk about the race itself and just talk about the win. You take them as they come, I guess, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna take it, whatever, but definitely not the way that I wanted to race. I think I was way better than Koi on long runs, but Koi was so faster on short runs, so much aggressive. But when we did like a 35 runs earlier during the race, I really felt that I was having more pace than him and being more consistent and everything. I think he did a couple mistakes and lose some spot. But yeah, if we had a longer race, green flag race, it would have been way much more fun. And at the end of the day, that's a goal here, like just having fun, racing each other's.
Well, and I think the one thing that Pete and I both described during the race is this is not how you guys race. I mean, it's not an every night caution fest type of thing. How tough was it out there tonight at Martinsville?
We have a good example. It was super tough. I mean, even me on restart, I was trying to keep like Koi behind me, not having a run on me. So I was super aggressive, and a couple of times I got kind of super loose, and I had to drive the wheel like super hard, like to keep the car straight off the corner because I was driving hard to stay up front. So I mean, I guess that's what everyone did tonight, and this is not typical from the league. Martinsville, I guess it's more a track with those kind of issues.
Was it a tough track tonight?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I think it was a little bit.
There's a trick. There's a game behind that question. So.
Okay.
We might have some drunk viewers right now, unfortunately. So,
maybe I should watch a replay tomorrow with my friends and everything.
Yeah, you better bring a lot of beer or shots or whatever with you.
Good idea.
Talk to Taylor. I'm sure he's got some captain with him. Anyways, great job, Sam. Send shots whoever you like to, bud.
Yeah, I want to thanks everyone from the league, like doing the job tonight. Luke Daniel did the race controller. He did a pretty big job. He had a lot to deal with. Stefan putting the league together. Yeah, Stefan put the league together. I mean, he's doing everything he can, like to do. He's doing the best he can.
Right.
And it's a super good league. Tonight was really unfortunate, and everyone from Moneymakers Motorsport racing together, having fun. Trying to. Tough night tonight, but otherwise we try to have fun, and you for the broadcast, and even Pete to be there tonight. Nice to see you, man.
Absolutely, bud. Miss racing with you, but congratulations on the win tonight, man. You did everything you needed to do to keep it there. Great job.
Yeah, thanks, man.
And it was a tough track tonight. Good job.
Yes, it was.
All right, Fontaine wins this thing. Let's move him down to. He was down there hanging out with like everybody.
Hopefully they're not yelling at each other.
Oh, I'm sure they are. I part of me wants to kind of hurry up the interviews to get down there to them to like hear all this, but we're gonna do this right. I think he moved himself already. Anyways, all right, let's get our second place finisher here, Coy Haslow, who unfortunately finishes runner-up and ran there the whole entire night. Finishing P2, Coy, I know has got to be very frustrating knowing that the win is right in front of you, but every time you even had a chance, the yellow thing came out.
I mean, yeah, I was just trying to save there. My plan start was not to pit because it's just so hard at Martinsville to pass anyone, especially when you have a race like that, obviously. Yeah, the end was a little interesting with a one-lap run to the end, which was a little different, but overall, I'll take second.
Anything that you could have done different with Sam? Because I know there was a couple times you got close to him, but it seemed like he just got really good restarts every time.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, I'm not very good at restarts. I mean, he pulled a half a second by the time we crossed the start-finish line off a restart, so definitely something I need to get better at.
Well, still a great job tonight finishing second. I know it wasn't the race you guys want, but you did everything you could out there and survived, and send shout-outs to whoever you like to.
First, I'd like to say hi, Pete. Hope you're doing well and everything. You and Short Track Super League and everything they do, and my guys back at Fast Street Sports.
Nice job, Coy, and good talking to you, and nice job on your second place.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Appreciate it, bud. It's good chatting with you again. Can't wait till we're racing together again. But nice job.
Looking forward to beat. See ya.
See you, buddy.
As Coy joins us there, finishing in the second position. Now to third place finisher, Justin Laxton. Justin, you went up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Unfortunately, had your own spin and all that good stuff, but you fought back, and a little bit of a rough finish there in the end, but third place finish for you.
Yeah, it wasn't the best run for the Reaper Speed Labs Plaid Dog 835 Chevy, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, the racing obviously was tough out there. Martinsville played havoc tonight for our drinking buddies. It was a tough track tonight, and but needless to say, though, I mean, a third place finish, you made the best of a situation there.
Yeah, it really should probably be a fourth place finish. I just hate that I got into Kevin like that. You know, it just sucks because you know you're trying to stay off guys, and you get like 5 restarts, and you stay off them. You're bouncing off curbs to keep off of them, and you bounce off a curb again to stay off of them, and you know it's Martinsville. It's gonna happen. Be interesting to see what the admins decide to do. I'll take whatever penalties they want to give me. It's not worth it.
Well, in the end, a tough race tonight here in Martinsville. I mean, you came back from your own spin earlier in the race, and you know, you get back to third or fourth or wherever they end up placing you and stuff like that. But it's just one of those nights where I think everybody just has to shake it off, and we move on to next week's race wherever they put it at. But still, man, send shout outs to whoever you like to, bud.
Yeah, definitely. Shout outs to the admins for putting on the league. I know it's not easy. Shout out to the guys at Great Lakes Truck Series. We got their new season starting up here in a couple weeks. Everybody at Hosted Hopping, the guys that are watching, Butt Kicker, I think it's use code STSL, get 20% off with this league. And yeah, we'll see where they decide to run next week, and we'll see what happens.
And we might have a second entry for your F1 on dirt race, just FYI.
Yeah, we were talking about that. I'd definitely like to give that a shot.
I mean, we couldn't have done any worse than what we did tonight, so, you know, just kind of see what happens. But like I said, it's Martinsville, 50 laps of green flag. It is what it is.
Yeah. Well, nice try, Justin. Good effort, man.
Yeah, thanks.
That's for sure. A good race.
And Justin Laxton there joining us. We'll come back up in the waiting room. So, Pete, as we wrap up here and go from there, man. I was just looking over chat real quick to see what all's being said, man. But what a interesting race tonight. Only 50 laps of green, as they mentioned. But, you know what, we made it as entertaining as possible. I do appreciate all the viewers' comments and things like that. And, Pete, more importantly, man, this ain't about me, man. It's good to have you back here tonight. And, you know, it's my honor to have you here. We wish you nothing but the best. And anything, of course, we can do to help you out, let us know. Just you know, keep in touch, and hopefully here in 3 weeks, like you said, or 2 weeks, whatever it is, when you get out, we'll either see you on track, or you can come back up here and join us anytime. The door's always open. It can be for any league. I don't care.
Yeah, like I said, I definitely appreciate that, and it gave me something to do tonight rather than just sitting here and you know, catching up with you guys and everybody in the league is awesome. So I missed you guys. You guys have a great league here, and I really enjoy running it. So pleasure that you had me, and I really appreciate it. So thanks again.
Absolutely. Well, Pete Polini there joining us. Let's all keep him in our prayers and thoughts and stuff like that as he continues to fight cancer, unfortunately. But you know what? He's going to win this damn battle, just like he whipped the whole damn league at Bristol a couple weeks ago. So, but we look forward to seeing him here in just a few weeks. But that's going to wrap it up here from Martinsville. We're going to take off, and as we leave you, of course, I leave you with my well, the one quote I always have to say, as you see tonight, this isn't just a game, it's iRacing. See ya!
Let go of fear, you're holding the fire smoldering, it's starting all over again. I got a feeling that I ought to know it, burning inside. strong.